our glaciers to clean coal and gas, renewable energy, or fuel for nuclear power. Cities that are smart, sustainable, and livable. Villages that offer opportunities. Agriculture that yields more, and farms that are better connected to markets. Practices and technology that save water. We have a new mission for turning Made in India into a global name, just as computer in India is. But we want to find new pathways to prosperity, not simply travel down the roads of the previous century. Much of India's future cities and infrastructure is yet to be built, and so we have a unique opportunity to make our choices now. And in every sector, agriculture, food processing, mining, infrastructure, finance, and technology, energy, from providing funds and resources to technology and expertise. Working as partners and investors, Australia has immense opportunities to participate in India's progress. In turn, India will be the answer to your search for new economic opportunities and your desires to diversify your global economic engagement. Your source for world-class skills at home or for a manufacturing location abroad. India's development, demography, and demand provide a unique long-term opportunity for Australia, and all in the familiar framework of democracy. There is no other example of this nature in the world. Indian investors too are coming here in growing numbers and commitments. Honorable members, this is an age rich in promises, but also filled with challenges. We can only pursue our dreams if we have the confidence that our cities are safe, our nations are secure, our region is stable, and our world is peaceful. This vast region has many unsettled questions and new challenges. Historical differences persist despite growing interdependence. The ocean are our lifelines, but we worry about the access and security in our part of the world more than ever before. Our region has seen huge progress on the foundation of peace and stability, but we cannot take this for granted. Preserving it will be the most important task in the region. India and Australia can play their part in it by expanding our security cooperation and deepening our international partnerships in the region. But we do not have to rely on borrowed architecture of the past. Nor do we have the luxury to choose who we work with and who we do not. But What we do need is to work together and with others to create environment and culture that promotes the currency of coexistence and cooperation, in which all nations, small and big, abide by international law and norms. Even when they have bitter disputes, we should collaborate more on maintaining maritime security. We should work together on the seas and collaborate in international forums. And we should work for a universal respect for international law and global norms. We must also support the process of economic integration across the region and an open globe trading system that remains integrated. We must guard against regional trade initiatives becoming instrument of political competition. However, economic integration by itself would not be a strong basis for peace and stability. Without strong regional institutions, India and Australia are members of several institutions that are critical for the region and the world. We should coordinate more closely in East Asia. Summit, G20, and the Indian Ocean Region Association. Honorable members, in our interconnected world, our shared challenges extend beyond our region. Terrorism has become a major threat for us all. In India, we have seen its face closely for 3 decades, and we see it with the clarity that comes with it. Terrorism is changing in character and expanding in its reach. Internet has made recruitment and call to violence self-generated. It also feeds off money laundering, drug trafficking, and arms smuggling. We have to deepen our bilateral security cooperation, but we need a comprehensive global strategy for a global problem. It will require closer security cooperation, but even more, a policy of no distinction between terrorist groups, of discrimination between nations. A resolve to isolate those who harbor terrorists, willingness to empower states that will fight them. A social movement against extremism in countries where it is most prevalent. And every effort to de-link religion and terrorism. As I look to the future, we would also need to ensure that outer space and cyberspace remain instruments of connectivity and prosperity, not new frontiers of conflict. Responding to the region's disasters, combating proliferation, acting against